Hello.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing? Well,
that,
well,
that was a seamless start, may I
it
say.
was, yes. Camera's frozen and your microphone didn't work for about 2 seconds. But yes, hi, welcome everyone to Birds of Essex for September. Um, First thing I'd like to say is we're both kind of wearing jumpers, sweatshirts. It's cold, isn't it?
You may have noticed I've got a slightly different background because the computer has now moved for the winter into its winter quarters.
Ah, so it moves indoors.
It moves indoors. Yeah.
Bless it.
So
Does it get
not that
does it
I'm in
get
the
a bit
garden or
cold?
anything, but it's
Does it get a bit cold and lonely in the conservatory? If yeah,
it does. It does.
I
Do
don't
you know
blame
what?
it.
I can't believe it's September. Well, October on what
I know.
week? Next week.
Wednesday. Yeah, yep.
Crazy.
It's
Where's it going?
absolutely mad. So yeah, hi, welcome to everyone who has joined us. Thank you for joining us as always. We've got another packed show for you this evening. So we're going to show you once again how to share or how to comment, in fact, how to comment and share stuff with us if you want to. Now, we've been showing this contact screen for a little while, haven't we, Steve?
Actually, probably for about 3 or 4 years now. 3 years,
Yeah.
maybe at
And
least.
a short while ago, I'm going to bring it up now. Here we go. That's the contact screen. So, do you want to run through that?
There's no catches there here.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Well, I have redesigned it. So, do you want to run through this one, or do you want to run through the new
Oh no,
redesign?
I need to
Okay,
run through the new one.
let's go through the new one. Are you ready?
Yep. I'm not sure I'm
Three,
ready.
2, 1. Watch carefully.
Oh man.
Now that took me literally seconds.
I'd like to know what sort of bird it is, to be honest.
To be honest, I don't. I reckon that's a long-tailed skewer. Actually, I'm going to tick that. There you go. That'll do.
Okay. I like that actually. That's very good. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very
I wouldn't don't give up the day job.
much. So, yeah, do you
So
want to tell people
basically
how they can interact if they
so
wish to?
basically I'm trying to juggle between all the screens. So if you have got a Gmail account, you can log into YouTube as a lot of you are tonight, and you can better send us a message in the chat. Or alternatively, you can email any questions you have to Matt and I and our special guest tonight at ebwstalks@gmail.com. And I think
Absolutely.
we say this every month, but if you're not a subscriber to our channel, please hit the little bell symbol, which is at the bottom of your screen. And then you'll get notified of the next shows and other Essex Birdwatching Society YouTube events. And there's a thumbs up thing as well. So if you're liking, hopefully
Yeah.
you're liking it, then hit a thumbs up, please. That'd be really good. And we've got
Ignore the
800
thumbs down. Ignore the thumbs down. That does not exist. That doesn't work on our channel, to be fair.
exactly, and we've got 885 subscribers. So it'd be nice to get to a nice round 1,000 tonight.
Just 15 to go then.
Oh, sorry, 115 to go. Do you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna have some water.
That's brilliant. Little in joke there. So just before the show started, Steve said to me, "Do you know what? We only need 15 more subscribers until we've got 1,000 followers." So I think it's been a long day, hasn't it? We started early this morning, but we'll cover that a bit later on.
You know what?
Um,
Maths was never one of my strong points, and obviously still isn't one of my strong points.
so yeah, if anyone's got any pictures or videos or anything they'd like to send us while we're talking, as Steve said, ebwstalks@gmail.com. Please send them there. Right, what's coming up on the show?
Well, firstly, Matt, we've got loads of people watching tonight.
Okay.
So just quickly, just go through the first lot of people, then we can go into what we're doing. Jonathan and Nina Pierce are watching. Graham Mee, Mo Jackson, Jeff Finney, Paul Everett, Tim Davis, Richard Chew is watching. Christabel's watching. Steve Entwistle's watching. Levi's watching, and Annette is watching next door in the next room. So good
Brilliant.
evening, everybody,
Hello, Annette.
and carry on, Matt.
Yeah, excellent. Right. So yeah, we're going to be looking back at the. Well, I've got actually got written on here the Orr Marshes field trip, and that's crossed out.
Yep.
And it's been changed to Dungeness, so we're going to cover that later on. So we're going to be looking back at this month's field trip. We had a Gunners Park ringing demonstration a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to have a quick look at that as well. We're looking ahead to a very special day coming up on Sunday, so just a couple of days' time. And there's an excellent talk in Chelmsford next week, so our second indoor talk of the season. That one will be covered later as well. You'll get the usual finding out where Steve and I have been with lots of photos, your photos as well. Thanks to everyone who sent them in already. We're going to cover the recent sightings, and we have a special guest, a very special guest.
Excellent.
Wasn't confirmed until yesterday, but we're delighted that she's able to join us a bit later on. So we'll reveal who she is in about 20, 25 minutes, hopefully. And we've got another great bird of the month, haven't we?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I mean, it's
yes.
after last month's booted warbler.
Well, what can I say? Let's wait and
Yeah.
see.
So
I
what
think
can it be
some
this
people
month?
might be able to guess what it is, but let's wait and see.
Yeah.
Right, so discuss. Have you seen a glossy ibis? Steve, how many glossy ibis have there been in the country over the past few weeks?
I think the latest count that I heard was about 670 birds,
Wow.
which is pretty phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be easier to ask people who haven't seen a glossy ibis to comment, or no?
Yes,
Seriously,
Lee. Yeah, yeah,
if you've
yeah.
seen a glossy ibis, let us know. Let us know where you saw yours. If you saw more than one, let us know.
Yeah.
If you've seen one for the first time in the last few weeks, if it was a life tick for you, pop it in the chat. So that'd be good to know. Right, we've got a few quick things to run through. Let me just get the pages open. Do you want to? Is there anything?
Let's have a quick look. Emma
Yeah.
Robinson's watching tonight evening. Emma, Pete Dwyer's watching, and someone called the Saving for Travel. I'm not sure who that
Cool.
is.
Okay.
I'm not sure who that is. The dynamic duo are back apparently.
Excellent.
They're
Well,
obviously not watching us tonight then.
yeah. Is that
We're
saving for
watching.
travel said that?
Yes.
I wonder if they save to travel back to watch the show, or are they saving to travel away so they don't have to watch the show? Let's find
Ask
out.
you. Yeah. So yeah. So well, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely right. So very quickly, you probably know already, but the autumn bird photography competition is open for entry. So can you see that on the screen, Steve?
Yep. Yep. I
Lovely.
can. Thanks.
So this is on our website at ebws.org.uk. Just click the picture. And this is a rather fantastic picture of a cormorant that was
Yeah.
entered into the last competition, I think, by
Yeah.
Sean Minns. So what we've decided to do moving forwards with the quarterly photo competition is for each competition, when we choose a picture to advertise it, we're going to choose one that's been entered in the previous comp. And it's not necessarily one that got to the voting stage or won, just one that maybe we liked. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's fun.
And
So
that's a
thanks for that, Sean.
it's a nice
Good
shot.
picture.
That is.
Yeah, I love that. So it's got all the rules on here. These are all pretty straightforward. Not going to run through them all now, but if you visit our website, the main thing is just to make sure, just down here, this one,
Yeah.
please remember the bird's welfare is of utmost importance. Always keep your distance. Never disturb birds or wildlife when taking photographs. That obviously applies at all times, not just for the competition. I would hope that we all know not to do that, but yeah, everything else is on there. It's wild birds, and they've got to be taken in Essex, and it's got to be between the 10th of August and the 8th of November. So a little while to go yet. We've already had a few entries come in.
Oh, it's good.
Got one or two good ones so far, so it's going to be another good
Mhm.
competition, I think. Yeah. Hmm. Right, so I've added a new piece since you printed your little thingy off. I don't know if you've
What,
seen
the
it.
one sheet?
Yeah.
I printed it
So
off an hour, half an hour ago.
this is actually one that I was going to cover in the last show, and I don't think we got around to it. So I was at Abberton during the summer, in between when we had our summer break, and I was scanning the causeway at Lower Bretton Causeway, and I spotted something and couldn't quite believe my eyes. So I had to have another look,
Okay.
and it was a shark.
Ooh,
There was a shark at Abberton. Do you want to see it?
please.
You ready?
Yeah. Whatever's going to happen. Oh my blooming hell! What the devil
So
is
this
that?
was on the court.
Hold
To be
on.
fair, right? How can I word this? It's long and pink and it's got 2 feet at the end. So from a distance at the other end of the corridor, I wasn't quite sure what it was. But as I got closer, I could see it was a shark. And it turns out I asked the young lady who was in the shark if I could take a picture. And it was a TikTok thing, evidently. They jumped out of their car, put on a shark suit, jumped around on the causeway, and then drove off again. And I said to her, "Why do you do this? It's TikTok." And she reckons that's going to get like 1 million views or something. It's amazing. So
Everybody, Matt and I are off to go and put on a inflatable hot dog.
that's what I was going to say. I mean, basically, rather than doing all the prep and everything for this, we just need to get a couple of fancy dress costumes, dance around for a bit, job done. Easy.
Can dance. Yeah, I can do
There we
that.
go. I thought you'd like that. Right, we've got a couple
Well,
of requests. So we've got a request. I'll do the first one. So we are looking for people who might be able to send us photographs of swifts, whether it be in flight, good quality photographs, please, or better still, if you've got pictures of swifts or a swift going into or coming out of a nest box, or young birds peeping out of a nest box, anything like that, or a brick, anything swift related, basically. If you've got something that's good, it's going to be used hopefully in a newsletter to circulate. I think it's amongst churches, to try and encourage churches to put up swift boxes. It's a project we're working on, so I can't really go into too much detail. But if anyone's got any good quality swift pictures, please send them into info.ebws@gmail.com. So that's info at ebws.gmail. Sorry, I'll start again. info.ebws@gmail.com. So hopefully you've got that. It's on our website anyway. Next one, Steve, BBO. Do you want to cover that?
So as you know, we're involved with the Bradwell Bird Observatory down on the Dengie coast, and they've got a work party on Sunday, the 23rd November, from 10 till 2. And it's just just maintaining the observatory, a little bit of habitat maintenance in the surrounding area. They're looking for volunteers to help out that, and they're a great team down there. And I'm sure there'll be tea and coffee and biscuits provided, because they're very hospitable bunch of guys and girls down there. And again, if you're interested in that, if you email us at info.ebws@gmail.com.
You got it right. Well done. Better than me.
Then we can put you in contact with them. But it's
Yes.
great area.
Yeah. You might not be able to do maths, but you can talk and read a lot better than I can. So there you go.
I can't believe I was 100 out. That's ridiculous.
That's not bad, really.
Okay.
So
then what else have we got?
we got another request. So we've got an indoor meeting next Friday in Chelmsford at the Quaker Meeting Hall, in the middle of the town. We've got a request from a lady who lives in Leigh-on-Sea, who is unable to get to the meeting this time around. Her usual lift is unavailable. And she's asked if there's anybody at all who lives near the Leigh-on-Sea area who's going to the indoor meeting next week and would be able to offer her a lift. So if you live near Leigh-on-Sea and you don't mind giving somebody a lift, she's a very nice lady, and not going to name names at the moment, but we'll put you in touch. And again, please email us at info.ebws@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Hang on that
Right,
now,
any feedback?
we've got a few more people watching. We've got so saving for travel is Julie Eggleton. So
Hey,
good evening, Julie.
excellent evening, Julie.
Barry Senior's listening, and Sean Mulqueen is watching. Says hi, everybody.
Excellent.
So thanks for everyone that's tuned in tonight.
Yep, lots of familiar names and people watching. So yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. As we've said before, if you didn't watch, it would just be us two talking, and it wouldn't be anywhere near as much fun, would it? It's lots of fun interacting with people out there. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Have you got any emails, Matt?
One, which I'll look at in a minute. But before we do that,
cool.
should we do Dunge?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to share a picture. You talk about Dunge, and I'll share email as well. There you go.
We had our first field trip of the autumn, which was billed as a visit to Orr Marshes in North Kent near Faversham. But we'd like to think that the Birdwatching Society are very much on the ball. Orr Marshes, unfortunately, because of the lack of rain recently, the scrape and the area, the wetland area, was completely dry or very little water. So we had a quick meeting, and we sort of decided to head down to Dungeness for the day. It's a great site on the coast. It's got obviously sea watching opportunities and lots of like hides and toilets and various other things. So it was a shame we couldn't go to war, but Dungeness was very good. We had a really good day, didn't we, Matt?
Yeah, we really did, and I just really want to say thanks to you, to be fair, because I think it was you that sort of got the heads up that the water levels at all were pretty low. There would have been a bit of a walk, and we wouldn't have seen that many birds, as Steve said. So you made a decision to, suggest changing to Dunge, and we all had a discussion about it and agreed. And it was fantastic because we saw quite a few of these, didn't we?
We did lots of sandwich turns. Yep.
Indeed. Yep. I'm not going to ask which flavour sandwich this is. I'm just going to skip on because that'd be a terrible joke, and I wouldn't do that live on YouTube. Um, Next up, we saw probably five or six of these as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we had some really nice views of Arctic skewers or parasitic Jaegers, if you're using the new name. Yeah,
Mm.
we had some really good views, and they were chasing sandwich turns. And this one um, stole a sand eel or something off a fish, off a sandwich turn.
I reckon it's going to be a. It's a, if it had been off a herring guard, it would probably been a chip, wouldn't it? I expect.
Yeah,
That's good. No, and I like that shot, Steve. That's lovely. You can really see the underwing sort of crescents, the white flashes under the wing there.
yeah, we had some nice views, and I say they were on sort of view most of the time, weren't they?
They were. I mean, the Sea Watch was really successful. Picked up this quite close red-throated diver that was obligingly swimming around pretty close in. Really, everyone got good scope views of this, and you could still see it pretty well just through binoculars. So you got a nice shot on the deck there, and then as it flew past, we got some nice views of it in flight as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
And nice to see one in, pretty much in full breeding plumage. It's just molting,
absolutely.
starting to molt out. It's lovely, yeah. So
Yeah, you
that's
could
your
still see that
pick.
red throat. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it was really, really, really smart. So red-throated diver, and then I can't remember what that one. Ah, right, there you go. So yeah, we picked up a great skewer as well.
yeah.
So this not great pictures. I don't think anyone really got a good picture of this because it was a little bit further out. But
It was almost heading past us when we spotted it, wasn't it? So
yeah, so it's just a much bigger bird, isn't it? It's more like a herring gull size and
yeah,
behaviour. But again, white flashes under the wing. But of course, with a great skewer or a bonksy, as it's affectionately known, you get the quite noticeable white flashes on top of the wing as well. More so than you'd get with an Arctic skewer. So yeah, that was nice to see as well. And that was kind of the sea. Well, actually, no, we turned round, didn't we? And we saw a couple of these.
yeah. So Dungeness Power Station is a really good place for breeding black redstarts. Obviously, not breeding at the moment, but we had cracking views of this male and a female on the wall
Mm,
behind us.
absolutely superb. And again, there were shots up near the observatory as well, weren't there?
Yeah. Then we found another pair
Mm.
round the corner down by the bird observatory, as Matt just said. So yeah, they seem to have had a really good year down at Dungeness.
Yeah, lovely little birds to see. And then I think did Ollie spotted this, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So
yeah.
Ollie was he was watching the sea. So he had his eye on his scope with his back to the power station, watching the sea, and all of a sudden he said, "Fox." And I think the people that were within earshot said to him, "Where?" And behind us. So I don't really know how he did that. That's kind of magic. But yeah, it was,
Back of his head.
I think so. And it's lovely, lovely little fox trotting along. Really nice big bushy tail there.
Yeah, no, beautiful.
And then we got lovely views of these. So we went on a walk around the main reserve as well, didn't we? From the Sea Watch, we kind of piled back into the coach, drove 10, 15 minutes to the main reserve, and we went on an anti-clockwise walk.
Yep.
We were looking for something in particular, which we'll come to in a minute, but there were a few of these, weren't there?
Yeah, we had really nice views. I suppose there were maybe like 5 or 6 wind chats
Mm,
on our walk, and we had some really nice views. And the light was just absolutely beautiful on them. And I know they're sort of basically a brown bird, but they're really subtly marked with little spots, and yeah, very 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 nice indeed.
they are. And for me, I think that there was a particular juvenile that was probably bird of the day. It sat up really nicely and got some stunning scope views, and it was such a pretty bird. But I think the next picture is hopefully the one that we were looking for. There we go.
Hey,
Hey.
So
So
there there'd been 9 glossy ibis, I think, hadn't there, earlier that morning, but some flew out to sea, and there were still maybe 3 or 4 birds in that area.
mm,
And I think we had a bit of a wait. It wasn't an easy thing to see, but we had some really nice views. And this was certainly a new bird for quite a lot of the group, which was lovely.
yeah, very good. We picked up another one from the coach on the way out, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, you spotted one
Yeah.
as we were driving down the road in the evening.
So yeah, there you go. So Dungeness, again, great idea to swap venue. Obviously, nothing against Orr. I'd love to go to Orr, obviously, any time. But I think for the group for the day, all things considered, the Dungeness switch worked, and it was really good all round.
So yeah,
We also, oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, and thanks to Ollie, Ed Bateman, Paul Everett, and obviously you and Jerry for
Yes.
organising everything, because it was a cracking day, and I know everybody on the coach really appreciated it. So
Yeah, definitely. Well said. I mean, I think having a few more people in the group who are spotting stuff as well. You know, Paul's great, and Ollie particularly is very sharp. He's a bit younger, got very good eyes. As have you, obviously, better than me. So it's nice to have a lot of people in a line, and you can kind of cover more people as well. So hopefully everyone got onto everything. Right. We also had a ringing demo,
we did,
and
when
this
there
was
was
in
that. That was last. It wasn't last Sunday. It was two Sundays ago.
correct.
And
Um,
again, we had a bit of a flip flop.
oh
So
yeah.
this was billed at being at Gunners Park, which would have been a first for us for our ringing sites.
Hmm.
And then what was it? The weather was rubbish, wasn't it? So you were in contact with Dave Wilkinson
Mm.
and
So
changed it.
basically, I think about 3 or 4 days beforehand, David said, "Look, we really can't do it at Gunners because with Gunners it's so exposed. If the wind speed gets above about 15 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour, there's just no chance of running a successful ringing demonstration. The birds just won't fly through because it's going to be stronger down there. The nets could get damaged. There's all sorts of reasons. So we changed it to Wat Tyler, and good old George went to Wat Tyler and filled up all the feeders to attract birds in for the demonstration. And then the day before, David texted me and said, unbelievable. The forecast has changed. It's now set to be fine, but it's too late now because the feeders have all been filled. So after a bit of toing and froing on the texts, David got in touch with George, who, bless him, went all the way down to Gunners Park and filled up the feeders there as well for us the day before. Um, and we had a fantastic ringing demo at Gunners Park. I just shared the first picture, which bizarrely is not the picture you'd think I'd be sharing for a ringing demo, but do you want to explain this?
Oh, you can see the weather. It was clear skies, light winds. It was glorious. The sun was on our backs when they were doing the ringing, and there was a lot of visible migration going on, wasn't there? Loads of swallows, house martins. There was pied fly in the bushes, and then this swift just sort of shot through. So that was a really good start. And that's before we really got bird ringing.
Exactly. So, the Swift was really surprising to see. And I think it was actually a couple through the day, wasn't there?
There were, yep.
But we had,
Oh, that's
oh,
nice.
there you go. Do you want to talk us through this one?
So yeah, so I think during the morning session we had, I think they ringed over 120 or so birds,
Mm,
which was really good. They were very pleased with it, I know, including this cracking lesser whitethroat.
yeah.
That's glorious.
It's a lovely bird to see in the hand because you don't often see them really. You hear them,
Yeah,
but you don't often see them. So it's really nice to see. We got obviously a chance to watch the birds being measured, and the team down there, they're great at explaining what they're doing. They obviously process the birds through as quickly as they can to avoid any stress to the birds. But while they're doing so, the others are talking and telling us what's going on and explaining plumages and aging certain species and sexing certain species. So it's really interesting, really good. This is obviously a goldfinch. It looks like a young goldfinch, I think, from there.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
molting.
And this was nice
And
to
it
see,
gives,
wasn't it?
yeah, and it gives you a chance. I mean, obviously, it's lovely seeing birds in the field, but when we've got two species there, which superficially look very very similar.
Well, you know what? I don't know if I can do this. If I did, hang on, I can't read. There you go. If I sort of did that,
Yeah, yeah. There's not a lot. I mean, bit of bill
not,
colour.
yeah, I mean,
Superciliums are similar.
a little bit, but they're very similar like that. And
It's
if you then saw
not a
these
lot.
birds flitting around in the top of a tree at a bit, from 20, 30 meters away, you could struggle. But the distinguishing features on here are,
I did the leg colour,
yeah,
leg and feet colour. So yeah,
yeah,
so willow warbler on the left and chiff chaff on the right.
absolutely. And the willows just tend to look a bit more yellowy, even though some of the young chiffies do look quite bright at this time of year.
Yeah,
You can't really see it clearly on here, but also the wing length on the willow warbler is slightly longer.
yeah.
So the chiff's wing comes, it's not a good picture for that because this is at a different angle, but the
Different angle.
chiffy's
Yeah,
primary extension is a bit shorter, the willow's is a bit longer, but the main thing you're looking at is leg colour and just the overall yellowness, bit bigger a bill, a slightly more prominent supercilium, just a slightly brighter bird overall, I think, really, isn't it?
absolutely. Yeah, and we had
Yeah.
quite a lot of these, so that was really good to see.
Yep, lovely.
Oh,
Wow.
this was nice, wasn't it? This was nice.
This was cool. Yeah.
A young male sparrowhawk. Yeah, this
Yep.
was really really good, and you can probably see in the picture there by on April's finger, she's got her a plaster because look at those talons.
What, April's or the birds?
Uh, um, the birds. Actually, April's are pretty good as well. I
They're
like the
pretty,
nail.
I quite like them actually. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, really good.
But I think as she was extracting the sparrowhawk from the mist net, it kind of banged her a little bit, didn't it? So
Yeah.
she got a war wound. But what a stunning bird.
And
We got
also, yeah, I mean, look at that. It's
oh
pristine plumage. It's only been out the nest, a month or two, and it's just absolutely stunner.
yeah, it's really, 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 really special.
And it was
Um,
amazing. It was also amazing how much it weighed. It only weighed like, was it like 130 grams or something
I think it was
daft?
about 125, 130. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Which, to
not
be
as.
fair, I thought it would have weighed a lot more than that. But
Mm. Now, for anyone that's been to any of the ringing demonstrations, occasionally with certain birds, things like blue tits and so forth, there might be an opportunity for people to very carefully release the birds. So they'll show you how to hold them and release them. Um, and I thought there's no chance that's going to happen with the sparrowhawk. There was zero chance, wasn't there?
it was zero. Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
yeah,
never going to
yeah, it
happen.
wasn't going to happen.
Until it did. So I can't remember who said, but somebody said, "Does anyone want to release the sparrowhawk?" So
To
I
be fair,
waited.
Matt, I think that they didn't even get the words out.
Well, I
I
know.
think they said,
That's not fair. I waited half a second. Half a second. I waited before I put my hand up. But no. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't say no to that. I know it's probably a bit selfish, but I've never released a
not at all.
sparrowhawk before. Never held one, obviously. So got a chance to release a sparrowhawk, and there you go. I mean, what a fantastic bird.
Yeah,
Absolutely
look at
gorgeous.
that.
Yeah.
To be fair, viewers, I was hoping that Matt was going to get clawed to pieces by the talons.
Oh,
Nothing happened.
to be fair, I kind of was as well because that would be a pretty cool scar to have. But no, it didn't happen. But there you go. And then right towards the end of the demo, we one of these plopped into a mist nest as well, didn't it?
Yeah, yes. So yeah, yeah, swallow,
Yep,
young, lovely, fresh juvenile swallow. So, and again,
absolutely lovely.
this is amazing to think this bird is now going to fly to Africa, or maybe in Spain now,
Mm,
or you know,
yep, who knows? And then very finally, we went for a bit of a walk afterwards, didn't we? And you used well, actually, no, you didn't need to use your newly found chiff chaff willow warbler expertise. You knew it anyway. But this willow warbler was rather lovely, wasn't it?
it was just fitting around these umbellifers, and we
Mm.
had some really nice views, and yeah, I mean, it's nice to see them in hand, but obviously, when you're out in the field, it's just nice to see them in their natural habitat.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Right, is there anything in the chat? So what I'm going to do,
Have a
we're
quick
going to
look because
cover off.
time's ticking.
Yeah, we're going to cover the things that are coming up shortly, but we're going to bring our special guest in next.
No, there's
So
just Nick Weston's watching. He said he joined the chat 10 minutes late. So can you talk slower so he can catch up?
okay.
Welcome to
No, you'll have
no.
to watch us on catch up, Nick. Sorry, but welcome. Hi. Right. So anything else in chat at all, or shall I
No,
bring our
no, I
guest
think
in?
I think we're all good, Matt. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Right. Here we go. So hopefully this will work. Fingers crossed. If I do that.
Okay, there is something, but we'll come back to it later. So,
Okay, that's fine. And then if I do that, and then hopefully if I also do that as well, fingers crossed, she's there. You can see the name on the screen. We did test this beforehand. It was all working. Oh, hey, we got a
hey,
hand.
Yes.
hey, excellent.
Hey,
Good
excellent.
evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Hi. Thanks for sitting
Yes.
there patiently. And sorry, we're a few minutes later than we said.
No, that's all right. They say women can talk, men are worse.
Oh,
We can
I would
talk for
argue with
England.
that, but yeah, I can't. This is you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. For the benefit of people watching who may not be familiar with who you are and what you do you want to just give yourself a bit of an introduction and tell us a bit about what you do and how you got there, really?
Yeah, my name is Katrina Myers. I started Colchester Owl Rescue 25 years ago. Sort of stumbled into it, really. I used to help a friend who probably a lot of you would probably know the lady, Sue Morgan from Swan Rescue.
Yes.
I used to help her, and she had a phone call from the RSPCA about an injured barn owl. And she said, could I attend because I knew more about owls than what she did. I used to have a captive bred barn owl many years ago. So I attended that. The barn owl had a broken wing, it had a BTO ring on as well. So we found out the bird was 6 months old. We managed to get the bird back to good health and released it. And from then on, I thought there's nobody in the area that covered owls or specialised in owls and birds of prey.
Hmm.
So that's when I decided if I had a good vet behind me and somewhere to actually continue doing the recoveries, and that's how it all started.
Wow, that's mate. How long ago was that? Sorry, I didn't.
25 years ago.
5 years ago.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. So
That's
So
amazing.
have you got any idea over the years how many birds you've helped? Just a rough idea, a rough guesstimate.
it probably started off about 30 birds each year, 30
Okay.
plus. Last year we had 120.
Wow.
And today I actually done a count before you actually got hold of me, and I think we're up to 91 this year, this today, for this year.
Incredible.
So the last couple of years has increased quite a lot.
So, okay, talk me through it. I'm walking along or driving along, and I see an injured bird by the side of the road, an injured owl or an injured raptor. Um, so what should I do? I've got no idea. What should I do?
Yeah. Sorry, there's somebody
Ah,
outside. The dogs are go on in
that's
there.
fine, don't worry.
Yeah, the main thing is if you can approach a bird, it's like any bird or animal. If you can approach it, there's something wrong.
Mm,
So if you can get close, and ideally if you can pick it up, and the best thing to do is if you've got an old towel or an old jacket, something fairly loose, you don't want anything too heavy, and you can pick the bird up and get it into a box. The best way to actually pick the bird up is to approach it from the back,
okay.
because hopefully if it's slightly unconscious, it's not going to notice you so much, so it's a lot easier to actually pick up. And then if you can get it into a box and call and bring it over. Occasionally, some people can't come over, so I end up going to them and picking up the bird. And if you can't get it to somebody quickly, then just in a dark, cool place, not too hot, and just wait for someone to arrive.
Should you put anything in the any food, any water, anything like that at all, or just best to leave the bird to rest? Or
Just best to leave the bird in there on its own. If you can put an old towel or some sort of material at the bottom, so if they do
Mm,
stand, they've got something to actually grab hold of, because in a box, their claws just slip and slide all over the place. And plus, if they, hate to say it, if they have a poo, they end
mhm.
up sliding that everywhere. If it's on a towel, it's then contained. It's
Yeah.
soaked up a bit.
Yeah.
Definitely no water.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, they're not going to want to drink. They probably won't even feed. And if you put water in, they'll throw it all over the place and make a mess.
Right. Okay. And I guess they could get wet and it could make them feel a bit worse or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly share your, because you correct me, please correct me if I'm wrong, but you advertise what you do and you post about what you do, mainly on Facebook. Is that correct?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
So do you mind if I share your Facebook page for people?
No, no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Lovely.
Yes.
So if I do that quickly, hopefully I've got it up correctly. Here we go. Right. Wow. Can you see a big pair of owl eyes at the top of the page?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
So
unfortunately, that's not a native bird, so I shouldn't really be doing that. But it was one that we had. We actually took on, but I just like the orange eyes on that.
yeah, I'm assuming that looks like an eagle owl. Is it European eagle?
Yes, yeah.
Very fearsome birds they are, definitely. So I guess if somebody does find an injured or poorly bird, and we'll come back to that again in a minute, but um, this is the phone number to call.
Yes, that's the number to call.
Yeah.
I never turn my phone off, but unfortunately, like some people, you get an area where it's really bad, signal's bad. So if you can't get through on the number, please leave a message. I will pick the message up.
Okay, brilliant. And in terms of Essex, do you cover sort of most of the county, all of the county, or how does that work?
I do cover quite a big area, probably from Colchester all the way through to the other side of Malden, the Dengie area, up to sort of Chelmsford. I have covered the other side of Chelmsford a few times, even Margaretting, which was a couple of weeks ago. Normally up to sort of, sorry, I can't think where it is. Up the A120, the other side of Braintree, and
Okay.
down the East Suffolk coast, really, or Suffolk borders.
It's quite a wide area. I'm just going to leave this on the screen for another 5 seconds or so, just in case anyone watching wants to maybe take a picture of the number if they don't have a Facebook account themselves.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Essex. So it's quite a large area that you cover. And I mean, like I said, you say your phone's on all the time. So, you must be, I guess you're kind of quite a busy lady doing this.
It can be. It can be. If I said I had 3 rescues in a day, it doesn't sound a lot, but if you're having to travel to go and get them, and then you've got to go to the vets and you've got to treat them, you've got to care for them, it can be quite time consuming at times.
Okay. So do you, please, again, if I ask any questions you're not happy answering, please just tell me to be quiet. But have you got these at home? Are they in a special place, or what's the arrangement for where you kind of keep all of these birds?
Yeah, we've got a small hospital area in our conservatory. So any birds that need medication or treatment, we keep here. And as soon as they're able to go outside and they can start exercising, we keep all the tawnies here. We've got one big aviary here where we keep all the tawnies. I have 5 aviaries over at my mother's at the moment. And we have got 2 release pens plus another pen in different areas that we use. So we
Fantastic.
sort of, sorry.
Yeah,
Go
no,
on.
yeah. So you've got lots of different birds in lots of different places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, just very quickly, I think people, if they want to, obviously can ask any questions
Yeah, please. Yeah, if
in
you've
the
got any
chat.
questions for Katrina tonight, please put your questions in the chat. And also, if you're on Facebook, please follow Katrina's page. You can see the excellent work she's doing.
Absolutely. So you were saying, because we had a quick prep session last night, didn't we? Had a quick chat last night, and you were saying about releasing the birds and where you. So when you've had a bird in and it's been successfully treated, and then it comes to the release time, I asked you if you take them back to the location they were found, and well, yeah. I mean, do you want to explain how that works with the young birds and with the adults, please?
Yes, with the adults, we always take them back to where they've come from because they, like all animals and birds, they have their own territory. So it's very important they do go back to their own territory. Also, if you've got a neighbouring bird, there could be territorial problems. So yeah, it is vital they go back. But the youngsters, we do a soft release. So if we have all one species like the tawnies, we'll keep all the young tawnies together and they go through a various process. And finally, they go into a large enclosure where we'll keep them in for probably three weeks or more, just so they get used to their surroundings, different noises and everything. And we open up the doors, and as soon as we know they're ready, they'll take off, and we carry on putting food in just in case they come back because they're not finding their own food, and that's what we call a soft release.
Oh, and is it difficult? Because I'm pretty sure I read somewhere raptors, and I'm not sure if it's the same with owls, but they can kind of imprint when they're young. So how difficult is it to kind of keep your distance and let them stay wild while still helping them? Is that tricky to do, or?
You have to know when not to interfere hands-on. As soon as a bird can feed itself, that's it. You shouldn't have any more contact. That's when
Right.
they start to become imprinted. When you're constantly with them, you're constantly handling. So as soon as they can actually take their own food, you don't have any more contact apart from putting food in, cleaning them out, and moving them on to their next stage.
I would be absolutely rubbish at helping you because if I had a bunch of young baby tawny owls, I'd want them all to like, I'd have them all lined up along here. They'd be on my shoulders, on my head.
Oh man.
No, obviously you can't do that. So it must be tricky because you must kind of, I don't know, do you sort of fall in love with these birds a little bit? You're wanting to help them. You really want to, there must be an attachment, and then it must be lovely when you actually let them go and see them fly off, I guess.
Oh, definitely, definitely, especially with the tawnies because they are my favourites.
Mm,
They come in as a tiny little fluffy ball with great big black eyes, and they turn into this most beautiful bird.
mm,
Um, like I say, as long as you do it carefully and you do it correctly, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But
yeah.
you will get some that are just naturally calm and, laid back, especially with the tawnies. When you said about birds of prey, yes, sparrowhawks can imprint very, very easily. You've got to be very careful with those.
Okay.
But like I say, as long as it's done correctly and you don't have too much hands-on, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Okay.
I'm just
Have
going
you
to
got anything in
share.
there? Oh, go on,
I'm
Steve.
just going to share a bit of video here from.
Excellent.
Oh,
Oh, if that's going to
I'll
play. It
just
might
switch the
not play
sound off.
because
Sorry,
I'll be.
there goes the
Yeah,
sounds off. Hopefully
that's
you
all
can
right.
see this at home.
It's a bit jerky, but it's fine. We can get the idea. Yeah.
It's a bit slow.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Isn't that cool?
that's fantastic. So I guess this is a bird that you've sort of nursed back to health.
Yes, this is one. This lady actually found it on the road. It was only a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Had mild concussion. It soon came round, and as soon as it's finished its course of medication, we put it outside to exercise and make sure the flight's okay. And as soon as we know it's ready, we get it ringed with a BTO ring, and then we take it back to where it was found.
Oh, and did this sometimes is it correct that the people that kind of bring the birds to you that are kind enough to, put the time in to actually go back and pick up the bird and pop it in a box and take it to you, do they sometimes get involved with the release as well? Is that
Yes, yeah, we always invite them to come back and release the bird. We don't do it with birds of prey because, as you can imagine, they're a little bit more feisty and a little bit more aggressive. But the owls are quite placid, and as long as we get them out the box carefully and handle it in the right place, they're quite calm.
mm,
As you can see there, it was quite calm. And occasionally, we've had, I think, two or three tawnies, and they've literally taken about 5 or 10 minutes before they take off. They just
wow.
and I think it's traveling in the vehicle to the actual site where we're going to release it. I think it tends to calm them down and relaxes them.
Okay.
It's the only
Okay.
thing I can think of. But
Mm.
9 times out of 10, birds of prey, you open up the door, they're even banging the door open and off they go.
They're just gone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the most? Have you had anything unusual handed into you over the years?
We've had hobbies. We've had a couple of hobbies.
Wow.
We've had one marsh harrier. We've had quite a few peregrine falcons, and I've dealt with quite a few from the jumbo tower over the last few years. But then I pass them on to an expert called Peter Merchant, and he deals with those. This year we've had 3 red kites, and unfortunately the youngster had poison, secondary poison, and didn't make it.
Okay.
But the other 2 were successful, and they went back. They were released again.
Okay. You mentioned poisoning. There was a bird recently that I think was successfully came through poisoning, didn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
yes. That was about 4 weeks ago. We had a call from a friend while he's out walking the dogs. The dogs actually found the bird,
Hmm.
and he didn't have anything to put the bird in. So I went and met him. Thought the bird had an accident with a vehicle. It didn't seem to be able to fly, and one wing didn't look very good. And it was fortunate that I was going to the vets anyway. So I took the bird up to the vets, got my vet to x-ray. And she said, no, the wing's fine. She said, but the bird's very, very poorly. She said, no, we didn't give any anaesthetic because she didn't think the bird will pull through.
Hmm.
So I said, that wing doesn't feel right to me. Sure, it's not dislocated. So she checked it again. And she said, no, 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 the wing's fine. Brought it home and it just collapsed. It was in a really bad state.
Hmm.
And it was actually my husband said, do you think it could be poison? So I said, I didn't think of that. So we started treating it for poison. And 2 days later, when it actually passed, nice subject to talk about, poo,
La, la,
we
la,
could
la, la,
tell, we
la.
could tell that the poo, it had actually digested poison.
Right.
Oh,
And didn't think the first night the bird would pull through. It was literally like a rag doll, just flopped on the ground, basically. 2 days later, I was quite shocked and couldn't believe it. The bird was standing.
oh wow.
So
Fantastic.
we carried on with the medication. And yes, he just got better and better and better. And we released him last week.
Well done. Yeah. How kind of is it quite unusual? I mean, obviously, I don't want to talk about the mortality side of things too much because you don't. Not all birds make it through. Of course, we understand that. But is the
Mm.
poison the worst thing? Is it the most difficult for the birds to recover from? Just generally, or
Yes, it does depend what poison it is. We successfully got a tawny through some poison in,
mm,
and that was a slightly different situation where the body went literally rigid. It was quite unusual the way it went. And we have had a few poisons which we've not been able to revert back.
okay,
But as you can imagine, it must be one of the most horrific things for a bird or an animal to go through.
Mm.
horrible. Yeah, it really is horrible.
Mm.
And one final question from me, and then I'll pass to Steve because I'm sure we've got some questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of kind of treating a broken wing, obviously, if we break our arm, we can put it in a cast and stuff. So, can you splint a wing on a raptor, or is it just a question of letting it rest, wrap it, or how do you do that?
No, most of them, it does depend where the break is. If the
Okay,
break is close to a joint, unfortunately, it's very rare that a bird can get through it. When
okay,
the bone starts to calcify, it then affects the joint. So it's
right,
very similar to arthritis. You can't bend that joint very well.
okay,
If it's in the middle, 9 times out of 10, we get them operated on and a pin is put through to keep it all in place. And it's very similar to human bone. It takes 6 to 8 weeks before it's completely healed. Occasionally, we have had breaks where, if you can imagine your forearm, you've got the 2 bones, you've got the radius and the ulnar.
mm,
And occasionally, one bone is broken. And because it's all in place and the other bone is keeping it together, we have managed to get away without doing an operation. So, in effect, as long as the bird is not thrashing around and it's not causing itself any damage, it
mm,
can get through that. So
brilliant.
it does, all cases are individual. They all have to be assessed, as and when they come in.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever the same.
And do you have a favorite bird over the years? Just one that really sticks in your mind at all, or not really?
Oh,
Difficult question. Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
Steve.
did,
Sorry.
yeah, I was never that bothered about long-eared or short-eared owls, but the very first long-eared owl we had in, oh my God, yes.
Oh,
He blew me away.
wow.
Yeah, I must admit, tawnies
Fantastic.
are my favourite, and
Yeah.
out of the birds of prey, I've got to say probably the red kite now.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Right, Steve, over to you. Sorry, I've taken too long.
Yeah, a few questions. Yeah, a few questions. Well, you've sort of answered a little bit of one of Richard Chew's questions because he said that he assumes that you have rehabilitated all the UK owl species. So you said long-eared and short-eared owl, and obviously, presumably, you get little owls as well.
Yes, yeah, we do. Yeah. I think we've had everything. We've had the long-eared, the short-eared. We get more tawnies than anything else. Barn owls. Yeah, we get them all.
No snowy owl yet, then.
No.
Good to
I
know.
think we're going to be a bit further up north for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very true. And then Emma has asked, you've been very busy with tawny owls recently. Why do you think that is? Is there
Yeah, somebody else asked me this on Facebook, and I think there's definitely more birds around.
Okay.
The trouble is, there's more cars around, and I think more people are getting out and about. They're walking around, and they're coming across more wildlife in trouble.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, tawnies are quite a dense sorry, a dense. Can't get my words out now. Yeah, there does seem to be a lot more tawnies than there are anything else around here. Yeah, for sure.
Would it be younger birds, mate? Are they more susceptible to traffic, do you think, or do the adults get wiser, or does it not really work that way?
No, it doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
We even get adults flying into windows, and we've had
Right.
quite a few in the past where they've gone down the side of a property and gone in sideways and hit a window. And you just think, for an adult bird to do something like that just seems a
Mm,
bit crazy.
mm,
Yeah, presumably they're focused on feeding, or they see a mouse or
Chase,
something run
yeah.
across, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm after my dinner."
yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I get a bit like that sometimes, to be fair.
Yeah.
But after a mouse.
Let's hope not. Well, no, to be fair, he eats all sorts of stuff, so let's not go down that route. Nick Lay said he saw his first shorted owl of the year this afternoon in Tilbury. And then we've got Paul Everett says, great work, Katrina, excellent. And Richard Chew again says, top work. And then probably the most important question we've had tonight is from Mo Jackson. How is your organisation funded, Katrina?
It's purely on donations. I used to do country shows during the summer, but now, I've been doing it 20 odd years and my health is not brilliant for doing things like that. So we do rely on donations, yes.
Which leads us smoothly, as if that was completely planned. Thanks, Mo. I was going to go back to your Facebook page because, yeah, as you said, it is very much donations, and people can get your details from your Facebook page. So if anybody does want to help Katrina in the quite frankly amazing work that you're doing, I can't remember where to click. I'm so sorry. Can you remind me where to click? Sorry.
Yeah, where it says features.
There.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't see it because there's a block in front.
Ah, okay. Hang on.
Yeah, if you go into features and then it
Got
says
it.
about what to do 24 hours. And then if you go down further on that page, the bank details for online banking's on there for donations.
Got it there. So again, as I did before, if I leave that on the screen, if anyone wants to take a picture of that message, it's got really all the information you need. It's got Katrina's phone number. And if you do want to make a donation to help out, however big or small, would be really gratefully received. The details are on the screen there. So yeah, and there are, if for people that are really in the sort of south of the county, I think we discussed this last night. If there's somebody really down south of the county and it's slightly outside of your area, there's a was it the South Essex Animal Hospital? Is that the best place
Yeah,
to get in
South
touch with?
Essex Wildlife, yes,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, okay. So there are
Yeah.
other organisations down south. If you're down that way and you find a raptor or an owl, but yeah, anywhere else, please give Katrina a call on that number, and please be generous if you can, and that'd be amazing. Anything else
Fair
in the
enough.
chat, Steve?
No, Nick Lay's just asked the same question. Does Katrina work with the South Essex Wildlife Hospital? So yeah, so she's all good. But no, just give it a few seconds in case anyone's got any other questions. But I think that's probably it at the moment.
But how many birds have you got right now? Do you know roughly?
I've got to go around and count them all now. We've got three buzzards,
Yep,
one kestrel,
yep,
one barn owl.
yep.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tawnies, and a young sparrowhawk.
10 birds.
Yes.
Okay. Amazing.
Wow.
And which is there ever any bird? So, for example, I don't know if you've ever had goshawk, but I've been
No.
told by somebody that has had goshawk, like a hand-reared goshawk, and they said that they've never really they always stay quite wild. So, is there a particular bird that when it comes in, you think this one's possibly going to be a little bit more tricky to handle when it does get back to health, or are they all roughly the same, if that makes sense?
I would say, yeah, the birds of prey can be a bit more aggressive.
Okay.
Sparrowhawks are very, very quick with their feet.
Right.
If you're not careful, unfortunately, my ringer sometimes, he'll be in the middle of ringing, and all of a sudden your foot comes out and grabs him, and there we all are trying to get the nails out of his fingers.
Well, we saw April's plaster earlier, didn't we? I don't know if you were watching or not, but we had a ringing demo at Gunners Park, and they caught a sparrowhawk there and ringed it, and the young lady that extracted it from the net's got a bit of a war wound, taking it out.
Yes,
What about
yeah.
the bigger
Like I
ones?
say,
What about the red kite, marsh harrier, and so on? Are they a bit more placid because they're bigger, or does it not work that way?
believe it or not, the red kites, they play dead. And yeah, when the first barn owls play dead as well, and we have to try and explain to people that when they find a barn owl, quite often they'll fall over on their backs and they just play dead. Because they'll say, oh, it's dying, it's dying. I say, no, it's not dying. Just wrap it up and put it in a box.
Yeah.
And red kites do the same. And we discovered that with the first one we had, because we had it in our hospital pen. And you go in and just check to make sure everything's okay. And if you can imagine a parrot on a perch doing a forward dive, this is what the red kite would do, and just land on its head. And it would just lay there playing dead. But
Oh my
you pick
goodness.
them up and they just completely withdraw themselves. They just curl up and just like, if I can't see you, like an ostrich, I can't see you, you can't see me.
Oh, wow.
And in
So,
actual fact, the last one we had, my husband released it and we put it on the ground, hopefully, hoping it would just take off, and it didn't. So we actually had to pick the bird up and very gently throw the bird up in the air. But as soon as it went up, the wings came out and off it flew.
Well, yeah.
that must be amazing to see so close, just that wingspan, just yeah.
Definitely, yes.
Anything else,
Yeah,
Steve?
so Nick Lay again said apparently he's taken he had a tawny owl that he found and he brought it to you a few years ago, which is really nice. And then David Robinson's asked, how many assistants do you have, or do you do it all on your own?
Good question.
Most of it, yes, most of it is on my own. My husband does help. And quite often when we've got a sparrowhawk that doesn't want to take food, there's like two of us having to hold and hand feed it just to make sure it's got food inside. And occasionally I have a few friends around the county that help pick up birds or, do little errands for me. But solely it is me and my husband.
Wow.
Well done. It's
absolutely.
Brilliant. I mean, I've followed you on Facebook for a while, and every time a news story pops up, you think, please. And when you get the releases and that video, it always makes you smile. It doesn't matter how bad a day you're having, you can watch one of your videos and you think, oh, brilliant. So
Oh,
pleased.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Sean McQueen's just said, well done to you, Katrina. Richard Chew's asked again, you've got 10 birds in at the moment. How many birds can you accommodate as a rule?
It's not quite that simple. It depends how many of what species, because we don't mix the species together. Usually we're okay. It's not a problem. And 9 times out of 10, whatever you put in, as long as there's plenty of food and there's plenty of space, there's not normally a problem. But like I say, we don't mix species, so all the buzzards stay together, tawnies will stay together, barn owls will stay together. Although barn owls and kestrels you can mix quite easily, and we have done on occasions put barn owls and kestrels together. But otherwise, we keep them all separate.
Keep them separate.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, Emma's just said amazing work. And Julie Eggleton's just said your husband sounds like a hero too.
Yeah, see, sometimes he'll say a few swear words when he's letting one go and it digs into him. Believe it or not, it's very rare that we get a bird dig their nails in. But for some reason, when my husband's done it about 3 or 4 times now, there's a few choice words come out as the bird disappears.
I guess those videos you have to mute the soundtrack when you post them on Facebook.
Well, there was one, must have been a couple of years ago, that was out in Suffolk, and he was spitting and swearing, and I said to him, I am filming this. He said, yes, but it pretty well hurts.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. As I said, thank you so much for coming on to the show tonight. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And hopefully people out there, have got some information and are now aware of who to go to and what to do if you do come across a stricken owl or raptor. So it sounds weird, really. I hope that you're not busy moving forward, because it means no birds are getting hit and poisoned. But sadly, that's not going to be the case. So I wish you all the best with the birds you're looking after now and any that you have for the remainder of the year. Thank you so much. And please, people, look at the Facebook page, Colchester Owl Rescue. Hopefully you took a picture earlier on. And if you can help Katrina, then that would be really gratefully received. Thank you very much. Have you got anything else to add, Katrina, or?
No, I think that's it, Matt. No, I think we're all up to date.
Yeah, and from yourself, Katrina, anything to say? Anything more you wanted to add that we haven't covered, or are you okay?
No, just thank you for having me.
No, anytime.
Yeah.
More than welcome.
I mean, I could go on for ages, but we could be here till midnight. No, that's really good. I really appreciate it.
No,
well, thank you so much.
You're doing an amazing job, so keep up the good work.
Yeah, and well done to your husband as well, definitely.
Yeah, will do.
Thank you both. You take care.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care. See you later.
Bye.
Fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
No, I mean,
what a lady.
I mean,
what a couple,
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, what a hero. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's dedication. I mean,
I
mean, obviously some of it's like 24-hour care almost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure, like many people watching, I feed the birds in the garden and I feed them every day, and you have to go and you have to clean the feeders and put the food out and change the water and all those things, and that takes like 15-20 minutes a day, and you think, I've got to get to work, or so to be able to put in the time to care for so many, hundreds and hundreds of birds over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah,
really good.
Absolutely. So there was just a couple of things, Matt, that I missed earlier on in the chat.
Okay.
Just a couple of things. Richard Chu said this is back to the ringing event. He said he really enjoyed the morning and so much interesting information from David and his team. Also enjoyed George's Kit Kats and your cakes.
Oh, brilliant. Good.
And then Rob Malcolm's watching from Bonnie, Scotland tonight, where he's now living in Bonnie, Scotland. He's moved away.
Oh, okay.
I know. We love seeing Rob on the coach trip. So,
yes.
But he said he's still a member, so we can't get rid of him that easily. So
brilliant.
Good to hear, Rob. And hopefully, if you're ever back down this way, come along and see us, because we miss not seeing you.
Definitely. Please do stay in touch. Right, so we're going to cover just a couple of bits that are coming up. We went a little bit out of order because we wanted to bring Katrina in because she was sitting patiently waiting. So very quickly.
Matt, mate. David Robinson's just said, what would we do if we lost Katrina? So absolutely.
Well,
I mean, she offers an amazing service, and I mean, hopefully that won't happen.
That's the thing. It's almost like you said earlier on. You said hero, and it is almost like unsung heroes, really, because until you come across these people, you don't really know what's going on. If that makes sense,
Absolutely right.
we all
Yeah,
know that birds get hit and birds get poisoned, but what happens to them when they're found? And now we know. So yeah.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Right, so Sunday, very quickly, we've got an autumn birding day this Sunday, the 28th of September. It's at Fingering Wick, the EWT reserve out there. There's going to be lots of people there, including Steve, myself, and other EBWS committee members, as well as Paul Everett, our new chair, who will be there in the morning, and Jerry Johnson, our old chair and current vice chair, will be there as well through the day. So people to come and say hello to. We're going to have stalls there. You're going to have a stall there, aren't you, Steve? Swallow
Our
birding.
swallow birding are going to have a stall here. Annette and I are going to be, yep, Annette will be on the stand during the day. We've
Yep,
got loads of plans for 2027 day trips. If you want to come birding with us, then please do come and see us. Yeah,
absolutely.
EBS are going to be there, obviously, as you said, with merchandise, books.
Yep, and we're going to have a two-hour guided walks. One at 11:30, 10:30 even. Sorry, my camera.
10, I was going to say 10:30.
I'm going to start at
10:30 and
11:30.
10:30 and 1:30, and each one is going to last for 2 hours.
Yes.
So, and the morning walk and the afternoon walk are probably quite likely to go in different directions. So they'll both be
Mm.
different birds,
Yep.
which is really good. And normally all the walks are free to join,
Hmm.
but obviously, I mean, the EWT at Fingering are a great team, and they're hosting us on Sunday. But if you like to give a donation for some of the walks, that'd be very much appreciated, because just to help the day-to-day running of the site.
Definitely. And the other thing as well is that not necessarily on Sunday because we'll be doing it, but if you do go to Fingering Howick at any other time, don't forget to pop your head in, buy a cake or a coffee or give a donation if you wish to, but also put the sightings on the sighting board so that other people that are coming and the staff themselves know what's on site. So that's always really appreciated. Don't just turn up and park and bird and then go back to your car and go home. Pop in,
Yeah,
say hi,
absolutely.
and pop your sightings on the board. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. Because the staff are working hard in the centre. They don't always get to know what's around on the reserve. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed on Sunday. There's ospreys knocking around. There's been glossy ibis
Yep,
um, knocking around this week. So there's always lots of waders. So please, yeah, just write your sightings on the board. That's much
definitely,
appreciated. And give
definitely,
a
definitely.
donation as well. That'd be fantastic.
Also, next up, next week, at end of next week on Friday the 3rd. So, again, if you visit our website, ebws.org.uk, there's the bar at the top here. If you hover over events, you've got monthly meetings and field trips. So, monthly meeting, first of all, next Friday, Mark Nowers. So, our good friend Mark
Hey,
Nowers from the RSPB. He's the Turtle Dove Conservation Advisor for Essex, and he's going to be telling us all about the work that he does, why he does it, how much he loves it, and the what's happening with turtle doves at the moment. So there's been some, there's been some positive news, I think, in the last few years. Mark will obviously tell us much more about that.
yeah,
If you want to come along, if you scroll to the top of this page, for anyone that doesn't know, all the details are on here, where to go to, where you can park. Entrance, if you're a member, it's just £3 to attend the meeting. And for non-members, it's just an extra pound, so it's only £4. Well worth coming. And if you bring a mug with you, we've got tea and coffee at half time, and there's even a biscuit as well. So, yeah, please come along if you can. It'll be a great talk, I think. Mark's a good guy, isn't he?
he's fantastic. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, he's very enthusiastic guy, and he loves turtle doves. Yeah, yeah, it's going to be a real good evening. That is one not to be
definitely.
missed.
Now, there's another couple of events as well. So we've got, now this one might actually be full now. I haven't checked recently, but if it's not, and if anyone out there is watching who's age 25 or under, or who knows somebody age 25 or under, this is a special event that we're running alongside BTO Youth. It's on Saturday, the 4th of October. It's called Webs and Waders, and it's going to be an introduction to doing a webs count, wetland bird survey, what's involved with doing that and why they're done. There's going to be a bit about color ringed birds and how you can spot them, how to record them and report them. And then there's going to be a little bit about wader identification as well. So there should be some common species down there in their winter plumages. And Ollie from EBWS, along with Alice and Shan from BTO Youth, will be taking people through all those things. If you want to take part, if there is a space left, if you go to our website, click on the picture for this, and then click down here for the link, and it will go through to a booking page. So that's again something you can get involved with if you wish to. That's for under 25s. And finally on here, I think we've got a field trip, haven't we, Steve?
We have, yes, which is on Sunday, I'm going to say the 18th, 12th. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, Bradwell Bird Observatory a bit earlier in the show. Yeah. So we've got a field trip, which is a self-drive field trip on Sunday, the 12th of October. We're meeting at 9 o'clock at the car park at St. Peter's on the Wall, or the chapel of St. Peter's on the Wall. It's going to be a good day. I mean, cracking time of year for migrants. But if you are attending this self-drive trip, if you could let Jerry know on the number on the screen, on the website, that'd be much appreciated, just so we know how many people are coming, which would help the leaders. But yeah, great place for corn buntings, really good for raptors, especially during the late morning, afternoon. Great for hen harrier in recent years. And hopefully we should be getting some sort of migrants, so fieldfare redwings may be coming in, maybe something rarer. Lots of nice habitat around the area. So yeah, please come along and let Jerry know beforehand.
And then to be kept up to date with all the things that are happening with EBWS, if you haven't done so already, if you go to our main homepage, which is this page here at ebws.org.uk, and if you scroll to the bottom, there we go, this blue box here, if you just pop your email address in, and then your first name and your last name if you wish to. I think email address is the only thing that's essential. And then hit the subscribe button, and you'll be added to our mailing list, and we will keep you updated on all things Essex Birdwatching Society related.
Yeah,
am I going a bit jerky and pausey or not?
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. Well, no more than normal, so it's fine.
Thank you. Yeah. Close a couple of bits down. We do have an email from Roy Hodgkinson who says, I'm watching, and he's done a little hand wave. So there you go, hand wave back, Roy. Thank you.
Evening, Roy.
Right. Okay. So before half time, membership. Right. Yes. How can people join?
How can people join? Well, you can go on our website. So on our website, there will be I've got to look at the Zoom page. Hopefully, Matt will be able to share.
Yeah, let me just share. Here we go. Ready, 3, 2, 1.
It's very, very, very simple to join the society. If anyone watching is not a member.
So from our homepage here, top right, just here, join renew. Just click that, and then you go to this page just here, and it tells you a bit about us. And if you scroll down, it's just £16 a year for an adult. £4 for juniors, and there's links here that you can click the button, join now. You can pay by a bank transfer, you can set up a standing order, you can pay by a card, you can go through and pay by a card via PayPal. So it's very, very simple to do. Juniors under 18 or under join for just £4 a year, adults are £16 a year, and as part of the membership,
what do you get for your 16 quid? This loads of stuff.
Oh, we've got them in the right. Oh, no, hang on a minute. Have I got the wrong one? I've got the wrong one. What an idiot. There you go. Well, 2022, 2023. Yeah. I'm only a year behind. That's fine.
Doesn't matter. But 2022, 2023, all amazing stuff. So you get 2 copies of Essex Birding, which this comes out twice a year, full of wonderful information, as Matt's showing you there. Information about our field trips, photographs. There's monthly roundups. There's a few adverts. Some amazing photographs. Local area reports. I mean, and this is £5 to buy. So with my rubbish mathematical skills, that's at least 22 quid. No, it's £10 worth of magazines, and this bad boy, which is our flagship publication. This is the Essex Bird Report, which we've been producing since 1949. Every year we've been producing these, and it's just over the years, it's just got better and better. You can see how thick it is. Like that. So it's almost as thick as me. As Matt says, it's got graphs. I mean, it's some fantastic artwork by artists and photographers. But it's full of data. All the bird watchers that go out will send their records in, whether it be eBird, Bird Track, or by the EBWS website. And all of that data is analysed. The county recorder Tim Hayward, tell me what his name was for a minute. Collates all this information, then sends it to the editor of the Bird Report and his team. So Neil Sumner's the editor, and that's not very focused. That's better. And they put this all into some sort of sense and make it readable.
It is truly. I mean, when it drops through the door, yeah, it's always great to have a look through initially, but it's an invaluable reference tool.
Absolutely. I did... you probably can't see, that's £12.
Yeah.
So I reckon 10 plus 12, £22. So you're getting a £16 membership.
Exactly.
And then you get a pin badge.
With all the other exciting society stuff as well. You get sent a pin badge as part of your membership.
Yep.
You get sent a square pin badge. But we've got other things that you can purchase if you wish to, including...
Absolutely. What have we got? We've got notebooks.
We've got a new round pin badge. Ooh.
They're nice. Yeah, they're nice. Round pin badge.
We've got caps.
Yep, they're good.
Yep.
Look attractive like Matt. We've got shopping bags. Well,
we have. We've got T-shirts and sweatshirts in a variety of colours and sizes. Lots of things.
Sweatshirts. Wonderful sweatshirts with the lovely... So I can't get that in shot focus. Well, you know where I'm going with it.
T-shirts with the same thing. There we go. You can't really see it, but there you go. It's on there. We've also got, and I don't want to mention this time of year, but we're probably going to start needing these not too long.
Open it. Don't open it.
I'm not going to open it. We've got umbrellas. I don't want to open it. I don't want to open one of these ever again. But yeah, so if you're caught outside and you're caught in the rain, you've got an Essex Birdwatching Society umbrella. So all of these things, they're all on our website. There's a little merchandise tab. You can have a look on there. The prices are on there as well. And we will be bringing most of this stuff and pretty much all of this stuff to Fingering a Hoe on Sunday. So if you come along, you can get involved. The one thing very quickly, we don't take card payments at the moment, kind of out in the field. We're hoping to address that in the very near future. But if you do want to buy any of this stuff, just bring along some cash. There's also, we've been given some more books. So we've got, in addition to the books we've already got, we've got another little selection of books available. And there's a couple of pairs of ladies' trousers. And I think there's going to be some bat boxes and all sorts of things there. So yeah, lots of stuff to have a look at. And this is quite exciting, isn't it? My camera doesn't focus.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes, we have cards. So
we have now cards. Yeah.
Yes.
So these will be available at Fingering Hoe on Sunday. If you're coming along, pick one up. It's got all our social media. What are they called? Tags, addresses, whatever you want to call it.
Contacts,
tags,
whatever. Yeah. Email. Logo, QR code.
Yeah. QR code scan with your mobile phone device.
Yep. And the idea of this really was quite often, you know, the committee members of the society, when you're out and about, you bump into people, you start talking. And I had it a couple of weeks ago. I was bumped into a chap while I was doing my webs count, and really nice chap, and had a chat with him. And I said, look, if you're local and you love birds, look us up. There's lots you can get involved with. And I didn't have anything to give him. So I think having a card, people can put it in their pocket and go from there. So that's the idea. So if you want to pick up a brand new card, as Steve said, come along and we'll have some at Fingering Hoe.
Or if you want to pick one up to give to a friend who's interested in wildlife and birds,
even better.
Yep.
Even better, definitely.
Spread the word. It's a fabulous society. And I say that £16 membership is seriously worthwhile. I know we go on about it every month, but it is seriously great value.
Definitely. Right, very quickly, bird of the month. So you mentioned earlier on, last month's bird of the month was?
Booted warbler.
Booted warbler, correct. This month's bird of the month is?
Not a booted warbler.
So this bird was found at Great Wigborough Churchyard near Abberton Reservoir by Sean Nixon and Chris Paul. And Sean, I had a chat with Sean briefly. He said they were walking through the churchyard looking for flycatchers, spotted or pied flycatcher. And he said a couple of birds came up out of the ground. And one of them he picked up was a warbler, and he thought that looked quite bright. So managed to get on it and just quite boldly marked. And well, I'll just share the screen, Steve. There you go. You tell people what this is.
Well, I don't should really mention it really because I didn't see it. So this is typically I went away for the weekend. never mind. Not that I'm bitter. So this is a cracking Arctic warbler. So this is Essex's second record. First one was 21 odd years ago. So well done to Sean and Chris for finding this, because that is a stonker of a bird. Look at that lovely eye stripe that sort of tapers up. Nice little wing bar, pale legs. Yeah,
gorgeous bird, and I'd never seen one of these before, so it's delightful to see it. And I think one of the features, the supercilium doesn't kind of meet the beak, does it? There's always
that's
stops
right.
short.
Full short. Yeah.
But what
That's a cracking shot, mate. Is that one of your shots?
Yeah, it popped out just for a few seconds, so I was lucky enough to get a couple of shots. Yeah, so
that's nice, because
bird.
all the Arctic warblers I've ever seen before are very active. So you did really well to get a shot of that.
Yeah, no, it's a cracking bird. Really, really good bird. So, yeah, well done, Sean. Well done, Chris. Good work spotting it and identifying it as well. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Right.
We've got in the comments now. We've gone global. We've got Arvid, who's watching from Sweden.
Oh wow! Hello.
So I'm not sure whereabouts in Sweden you are, but
I don't know how to say hello in Swedish. I wish I could, but I don't know.
I know. Hi is hello.
Okay.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Brilliant. That's good.
So thanks for watching, Arvid.
We've
been on for nearly an hour and a half already.
I know. So we're gonna have to get a shifty on. Right, we have got a mindful moment coming up. So John Ward, our good friend, every single month he manages to come up with one of these. And he always says, "Oh, I just pop something together at the last minute," and it always blows his socks off. So, are you ready for another mindful moment?
I am. I need a bit of relaxing time now. I'm going to sit back.
Okay. Can you see a blank screen?
I can see a blank screen.
I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to turn my audio off, and we will see you in 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
Fantastic.
Here we go.
See you in a bit.
Right.
He's been at Ardley.
I know. That's the first thing. But no word of a lie, that is probably my favourite one of those he's ever done, purely because there was nothing rare there at all.
It's all common stuff.
All common stuff. And it just goes to show you can common British wildlife, common British birds are amazing, That mallard, that low level mallard, just
feeding, and the curly tail.
Yeah, Yeah.
And did you see my favourite was the little egret through the
water.
Through the water. It was like
Yes.
that was it. Very very cleverly thought out, John. So
Definitely. I absolutely love that.
amazing. Oh, thanks, John.
And the soundtrack as well. Yeah, everything was good on that. I love that, John. Thank you very much
Oh,
indeed. Brilliant. Right, good. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that.
can you imagine it? Can you imagine it if he'd gone to Ardley and then
Don't.
filmed? I don't know. Here's a golden oriole. Oh, you'd have been pig sick.
I'd have never spoken to him again, to be fair.
I
Right, okay. So from that, and you're nice and relaxed now, aren't you, Steve?
am. Oh, a few people have just quickly commented saying that they've had
Oh,
red wings.
oh, that's good.
So Nick Weston had a red wing this morning, and Mo Jackson had red wings today. So that's cool.
Brilliant. Okay, good, good. I was going to say that John's video there also it felt autumnal, didn't it?
It did.
You know,
Yes.
it felt a bit cold. It felt a bit sort of like changey. Yeah, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Right, so you're relaxed, Steve. So to keep you relaxed, I thought we will have this break. Here we
Nice
go.
and
This is
chilled
your
out then, right?
favourite. This is your favourite one. What do you think it might be?
No, 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 please, no, 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 not the lapwing.
Are
No,
you ready?
no, please.
I will see you in about 3 minutes, folks. Bye
If I
bye.
don't come back, everyone, that's because I'm just going to go and drink myself silly. I'm not coming back. No, that's it. I was relaxed. Now I'm like, I'm not coming back with a camera on because I'm like, my hair's gone up on end. I'm
You're
tense,
raging.
raging nutter.
Oh my goodness, that always
Oh,
makes me laugh. That really does. It's
you
a
know
little
what?
bit at the end as well. The two or three calls at the end just start music's finished.
It's also at the beginning, it starts off quite nice, and then it just goes. Oh, I can't stand that
Remember the
noise.
first time I ever played that? You had no idea, did you?
No, I didn't have any idea.
Uh, anyway, yeah. So for
Oh,
anyone that doesn't know, lapwing call is not Steve's favourite. I think they're quite sweet, but you don't you don't. It's not. You're not a fan of it, are you? The call, which is fair enough.
they're slightly growing a little bit, but not much.
Okay, if I keep doing that every month, then maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll be a nervous wreck. Uh,
Right, okay. So second half, we're going to rattle through because we've got about half an hour left till we hit the 2 hour mark, and we always seem to go for 2 hours. So we'll try and finish in just under if we can. We're going to start by doing where we've been, what we've seen. So do you want to go first? Are you ready?
yes. Yes, I'm sort of ready.
Here we
Let me
go.
just find.
Okay.
So actually, first though, I'm going to
Oh,
share one thing first because it's not what I've
okay.
done, but well, sort of. So hopefully you can see this.
I can. I can see some. Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes.
So this was sort of, well, it is, I suppose it is related to where I've been and what I've seen. But a few weeks back, I was at Abberton, and for those who have been to Abberton recently, knows there's loads of great white egrets around. And I was just scanning across the water, and I picked up this bird distantly with a red ring,
Mm.
um, and then promptly spent 3.5 hours trying to read the ring number.
Wow.
And eventually it flew in and landed. Basically, it spent most of the time asleep on one leg, and you can guess which leg it was stood on, for like 3 hours. And then it flew in and landed and managed to get this shot. And then later that afternoon, I reported it. So on one of our previous YouTube videos, there's a thing about reporting ringed birds and colour ringed birds, which is available still to watch. So I reported it, and this is it.
Oh, oh, look at that.
No, so this was ringed in. So this chick was ringed in April this year in the
Really?
Somerset levels.
Oh, look at that's such a little cutie, actually. But baby birds can be quite ugly sometimes, but there's actually something really cute about that. That's
Isn't that
lovely.
sweet?
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So yeah, so this is it when it was ringed in the Somerset levels back in April,
Okay.
and then the previous picture was what's that?
Wow.
Early September.
Hang on. June, July, August. That's like 5 months, 4.5, 5 months.
Exactly, and it's like adult,
Wow. Do it again.
shows no sign of being a juvenile.
Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
So to that from, do you know the picture again? from that
Yeah,
in less than 5 months.
yeah.
That's astonishing.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool.
What is
But
that?
yes. So what have I been up
Yeah.
to this month? Yeah,
Right, yeah,
busy.
go on. Sorry.
No, as I say, been a busy month for me. I'm back at doing tours and day trips and stuff again. So right, we'll share. I've only got about 20 pictures just to whip through quickly because I know
Yeah.
we're short of
Cool.
time.
Looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah, this is well, quite likely a blue-headed wagtail, which is not a
Hmm.
common bird in Essex actually. This was at Old Hall Marshes back in early September.
Nice. Well
Um,
done.
Unfortunately, we didn't hear it call because blue-headed wagtails have got a sort of slightly different call to normal yellow wagtail. But
Okay.
yeah, so yep, yellow wagtail, and then what else have we got?
That's subspecies of yellow wagtail, isn't it? It's
It
not a
is,
separate
yeah,
breed,
it's
yeah.
the
Yeah.
nominate race. So this is pretty much
Mm.
the continental yellow wagtail. These breed throughout, France, mostly France, up into Sweden and other places. But yeah, it was a nice bird. And then
Nice.
Abberton in the afternoon, and
Oh,
I think this bird's been seen. I think a lot of people have seen this peregrine around a lot at the moment. It's a young bird, and it's just wanging around the reservoir all over the place, causing utter mayhem. It's not a brilliant photograph, but it's just
looks
a
like it might have eaten quite recently. I think it's got
yeah.
something
It's
in its
got quite a
crop.
bulge,
Mm.
but it's normally around the pumping station or Wigborough Bay,
Cool.
normally just causing utter havoc amongst the ducks. So that was quite nice. And then I think you and I went up to Holland Haven, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not talking about this.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a wimble on a wall.
So Wimble on the wall. Spotted a Wimble on the wall as we're walking through. So Steve grabs his camera and starts taking pictures. I grabbed my camera, realised I hadn't taken the lens cover off. Um, Then I went to switch it on, realised the battery was dead, and I hadn't put a new battery in it. So I got a battery out of my pocket, put it into the camera, and turned it on. Got the bird. It was still sat there after all this. Pressed to take a picture, and it didn't take a picture because I realised I hadn't put the memory card in either.
There you go. So this picture's just for you, mate.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
And then
What disaster. I'll tell you what, if anyone's got any disaster, any more disastrous stories than that about taking photographs of birds and messing it up completely, just pop it in the chat. They'll make us laugh. Right, go on. Sorry, carry on.
absolutely. And then I did a couple of day trips up to Snettisham,
Oh,
2 days running to see the wader spectacular. So lots of waders in this picture. And actually, I've just noticed in the picture there's some sandwich turns up in the top left-hand corner,
oh yeah.
which I
One,
hadn't
two,
noticed
three,
originally.
four,
But yeah,
five,
if you've
six,
never
seven. Oh my goodness, I'd loads.
if you've never witnessed the wader spectacular at Snettisham in Norfolk, then it's something I very much recommend. And I'll be doing some day trips there next year if anyone's interested. Plug. So yeah, I mean, this is the sort of thing you can see, just tens of thousands of waders, and like this, just yeah, it's
It's
just a
mind blowing. Yeah, mind
amazing
blowing.
sight. Mostly bar-tailed godwits, not oyster catchers, but other things as well. So
It's
yeah,
just the sheer
well,
volume, though, isn't it? The sheer amount of birds that you see.
it is, and it's nothing rare. It's just the spectacle of all the birds. I mean,
Mm.
and when they all take off like this, it's just a whir of wings and the noise. I mean, you and I did this a few years ago, didn't we, with Steve Swinney?
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
We
Just
had a really
really
nice
memorable
time.
thing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you've never done it
absolutely.
and you want to do it, look at Steve's website, and like you said, he's going to be doing it again next year. So
Absolutely.
definitely, seriously, definitely, well worth going to do.
And then this tight ball was when there was a peregrine about to come in and attack. So they went all nice and tight in a ball. The peregrine, I think, actually, no, did catch a knot. It caught a knot this time.
Okay.
It's a bit of a shame for the knot. But yeah, fabulous number of waders.
Mm.
And then also we had gannet, just flew past,
Wow.
nice juvenile gannet
Nice.
at high tide. And then in the theme of glossy ibis, we had a couple of glossy ibis over at Titchwell in the afternoon, which was nice. You can just about see the glossy plumage on these birds.
Hmm.
Nice. And then pectoral sandpiper, again from Titchwell
Lovely.
on our visits, which is nice. And they're not so close, but this lovely juvenile redneck phalarope that was.
That's right behind my camera, but I can just hang on. Yeah, I
Oh
can
yeah,
see
to
it.
be fair, you're not missing much. It was so far away.
No,
It
that's
was
good. Yeah, it's good.
bit of a
Yeah.
bit of a record shot, which was nice. And then this was one that you and I probably feature in your roundup as well, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So another glossy ibis, but this one a bit nearer to home at Wallasey Island. We'll talk about more of this in a minute.
Yep.
And then last week I headed up to Landguard again, doing one of my day trips, and we had lovely views of this wryneck. Not amazingly close; it was quite distant, but this was a new bird for several of the customers, which was really nice.
Superb.
So, yep. So I mean, wrynecks are cracking birds, really nice.
Oh god, yeah, they're lovely.
Loads of wheatears, just hopping around on the common. Windchat. So there must be a bit of a passage of windchats the last week or two. And then on a fence we had lovely willow warbler on the left, and spotted flycatchers, which I've not seen many this year.
No.
I think that's only about the second or third one that I've seen this year.
Well,
in East Anglia anyway.
We were saying earlier, weren't we, about because we had a bit of a sea watch this morning, and there was a few people came along, including Ed Bateman, and we were talking about description species, and we were talking about recording common species as well, weren't we, briefly? And you said to Ed, you know, that a few years ago, spotted flycatchers are so common, you'd think to yourself, is it worth recording them all or not? And now, yeah.
And now look at it. I mean, like you say, I only see one or two a year.
Definitely, and that's why it is important, because you see the trend, don't you? You see the trend in the bird report and so on. So yeah,
absolutely. And it's been an incredibly good autumn for curlew sandpipers as well.
Oh.
And again, I was up working in Norfolk last weekend, and this one was again at Titchwell, and so close to the hide. It was just amazing.
Lovely
colours, and little stint as well.
Oh, wow, that's good.
I've not had close. I mean, all the little stints I've seen this year have been about 2 miles away. So, so yeah, little stint, and then these birds are becoming very common now. Little flock of cattle egrets.
Yep.
And then this was taken on Wednesday this week at the Naze. Nice pied flycatcher. And then we just finished up in the afternoon down at Holland Haven, and I managed to pick up a couple of little gulls heading north.
Well done. Nice.
And that is me, nice and easy, short and sweet.
Lovely black underwing of that right-hand bird. And the cattle egrets, it's very easy. You know, you say, oh yeah, small flock of cattle egret. But if that had been, how many years ago? 10, 15 years ago?
10, 15 years ago, yeah.
That'd have been amazing, wouldn't it?
Well, if you see, I mean, that day at Titchwell on Saturday, we saw 20 spoonbills, 15 cattle egrets, I don't know, 4 great white egrets. Like 15 years ago, if you'd have seen any one of those 3, you'd have been made up.
Yep.
And now it's just like, there's only 20 spoonbills. I know.
Amazing. Mind you, there might have been more than 20 spoonbills in somewhere, and we're going to be covering that very briefly in a few minutes. Absolutely. Right. Okay, let's crack on. So, I've been not quite as adventurous as you, but I'm going to just share that. Can you see a picture of a sign saying, please take your letter home?
Yeah.
Right. That's actually a video. I'm not going to play it yet, but see if you can guess what the video is of. I'll play that right at the end.
Not in Essex, I know that.
No, it's definitely not in Essex, no. Right, so that's that. It's nothing too exciting, but it's just a bit of fun. If anyone else wants to have a guess very quickly in the chat, 'cause it's going to take about 2 minutes. Right, so Ardley Reservoir, very end last month, I get very few waders there, so I was quite pleased to have 3 common snipe just feeding quite close to the Lodge Lane Causeway, so that was very nice.
That's lovely.
Similar to you, not quite as close and nowhere near as good a picture, but curlew sandpiper at Holland Haven. Again, as Steve said, there's been quite a few curlew sandpipers all around the country, really, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's been a good autumn.
Yeah, nice to connect with them. Had this at Holland Haven. This was on right at the beginning of the month. So this was the 10-inch stint, and it was over the back of the scrape to start with, and then slightly closer. You could just about pick out here, probably a juvenile bird. You can just about pick out some sort of pale fringing to the feathering there.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was nice
when
to
we
see.
went.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You got some really good shots, better than I did.
Yeah, no, I just used the zoomy thing. So yeah, cool. Then Tina and I went across to Wales, and we were in a churchyard, and I happened to notice there was quite a few house martins flying around, and I was just quite surprised to see. Really, I'm sure. Well, there was a pair of birds going back and forth to a nest, and they were carrying food, So I can only imagine that there must be like a second or maybe a third brood or whatever going on. But in May, sorry, in September, that's getting a little bit late,
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
getting pretty late.
Yeah. I got some nice shots of those coming in and out, which I was quite pleased with. Not too bad. Um, and then while we were there as well, there was 2 or 3 ravens cronking around. It's always good practice getting ravens just so you can familiarize yourself with the way they look in flight. So that was good fun. Then back into Abberton Reservoir on the same day as the Arctic Warbler. I stopped on the main causeway just on the way home, and there was a little stint there, and I think I was the only one on the causeway watching it. It was only there for a few minutes, but managed to get a picture of it next to this pied wagtail. So look how small it is.
Absolutely, they're a tiny little wader. Absolutely.
Tiny, teeny tiny thing. Another shot of the Arctic Warbler from Great Woodborough. So yeah, cracking bird. You can see the lack of supercilium going to the front there a bit more clearly. And then on my webs count, quite pleased to get a nice little group of green shank. And there's a couple of black-tailed goblets in here as well. But yeah, I think there was 23 green shank in total, which is quite a nice little flock for my webs area. And at the same time, there was also this hobby buzzing around and chasing dragonflies and bits and bobs. So that was nice to see as well. Is that a young bird? I think he's streaky. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Got some light red trousers going on, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, that might not be.
Yeah, not sure. And then just got views of kingfisher as well. So I managed to get pictures as it kind of took off, which was quite fun. And then back to Abberton, there was a few black terns there. So there was an adult. This is the adult bird, and then a
Nice.
couple of juveniles as well, which were quite pretty to watch. And they were really, really close actually. They're very showy. They're
Yeah,
kind
they've
of
been good, haven't they? There.
yeah, very, very good. I think they've probably gone through now. I think, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they haven't been
Yeah.
seen for a week or two now.
No, but you can
Oh,
in
that's
flight
beautiful.
you can see that kind of nice black mark on the side of the breast, which is quite good to differentiate them from other birds.
Yeah, it's lovely. That is like that. Oh,
And then there was a young common tern there as well, and it was having a bit of lunch, and I thought that that was quite an interesting picture. It just made me laugh.
like get it down.
The size of the fish that they can swallow is unbelievable, isn't it? Really.
We won't
But
ask what we won't ask what species of fish it was because we think
no,
you'd have
definitely not. Not this month. And then went up to Felix though, because I've never seen hoopoe in the UK, and I've kind of gone for 2 or 3 before and dipped them every time. So very pleased
Nice.
to finally catch up with a hoopoe in the UK. And this bird in Felix, so very very awkward to see. Very tight angle through a fence as well. So yeah, I was quite pleased. Managed to get a couple of shots of it,
Like
including one
that.
where it's lobbing up I don't know what that is, a grub of some kind.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
it's
very
cracking. That is. They're
smart
such a
bird.
lovely bird.
And then, yeah, Steve said, got a couple of shots of the glossy ibis at Wallasey Island, just showing off its plumage and having a bit of a feed. And then it kind of took off and flew away, didn't it? So
Yeah,
that,
that's
that was
lovely.
good
I
to
love that
see.
shot.
And also, while we were there, shots from far away. You know what this is, but if I zoom it in, I'm sure people can tell. Even though it's a million miles away, you can just about make out it's an osprey. So that was flapping around as well, wasn't it?
To the left.
Pardon?
What's that to the left?
Uh, that's another osprey.
Spray.
It's 2 osprey. Oh my goodness! You know what? I'd never even looked at that.
Well, you know what? Because when I picked
That's
that bird
another
out,
osprey. Yeah.
when I picked that original bird out, I
Huh.
thought there was an osprey in the view at the same time. But then I sort of just thought, I don't know, there can't be more than one osprey.
Oh my goodness! I was prepping this picture really quickly for this tonight, and wow! Oh, well done.
It was in that when you started zooming in, I thought, hold on a minute, what's that there?
Yeah, that looks like
Yeah,
definitely another
it's
osprey
another
to me.
osprey. Yeah.
Wing shape, the markings, the head, the pale, yeah,
Wow.
the white. Yeah. Oh,
Cool.
there you go. Two
Cool.
ospreys.
Well done.
Oh,
Well
wow.
done.
Accidental osprey. And then literally a couple of days ago at lunchtime at work, I went down to the River Orwell in Ipswich, and I'd actually gone to test something out on my camera. Made the cardinal mistake of taking my scope with me and picked up this very, very distant guillemot in winter plumage. So again, a horrible record shot, but you can just about make out what it is. So that was fun. Right, back to the video. At the beginning, what do you think it is? What do you reckon?
Sorry, I was just having a sneezing fit.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow, it's by a river.
Yep.
Got to be either a kingfisher's probably too obvious. It's rocky. I'm going to go grey wagtail.
Okay. Call me Mr. Obvious. It's a kingfisher.
Oh, okay. I thought
There you
that
go.
might be a kingfisher.
That's a long way away. And then
Oh
it's
my
off.
word.
There you
Yep.
go. Right, that's like a bit of fun. Right, that's me done. Okay, so
Well done.
we've.
There's
Oh, well,
a couple of comments in the chat. So a couple of things. Annette and Nick Lay said brilliant to John's video. Kevin O'Connor's looking forward to Sunday. It's a great show as well. Nick Weston said, to be fair, he'd rather have a picture of an Arctic warbler in Essex than a wimble on a wall.
fair enough. Yeah.
So swings and roundabouts, Matt.
Thanks, Nick. I feel a bit better now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, Nick, much appreciated. And Nick's saying, yeah, he'd heard there's the influx of glossy ibis in some parts of Essex, which we'll cover in a minute. And also, he was out with Steve Swinney, and he got his eyes on 2 flycatchers at East Tilbury, which is really good.
Oh, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
So and that's it. So
Cool. Right.
on.
Okay. We're going to quickly share some viewers' picks. We've got 10 minutes left. We can just do this, I reckon. Here we go. So, hold on. Sure. Can you see? Oh my God. I've downloaded these just before we
My
started.
word. Do you know what I thought?
Know.
Oh, I'm not in. You can cancel these pictures, please, because I'm like, I don't want to see these.
So when people send in pictures, you can send in pictures of anything, anywhere that you've been. It's absolutely fine. So this was sent in by Andy Brown.
A seagull and a teddy bear. I mean, there's nothing fancy about that.
It's an ivory gull, yes. What an absolutely beautiful bird that is. And he said play them in order because that's the first picture.
Oh, it's only going to get worse, isn't it?
That's the second one. Look at that.
Oh, that'd make an amazing calendar shot.
What a picture that is.
Or not even a calendar shot. That'd make an amazing framed shot.
I've literally not looked at these. I downloaded them, named them, and then just, oh my word, wow.
Oh, that is stunning.
I love that. Okay. No, you cannot enter that into the autumn photography competition, Andy. I'm really sorry.
Is that not at the Nays?
That is an incredible shot. Oh, wow. Okay, right. Okay, so, and then he's also attached a photo of a very lost white-winged tern.
Oh,
that
wow.
they saw on the trip, and it was the first record for Svalbard.
I was going to say that's not going to be a common bird at all.
No, look at that, gorgeous.
Oh, that's
lovely
amazing.
White rump, and yeah, lovely. Thanks for that, Andy. I just want to go back again while I'm getting rid of my piece of paper. That is a stunning picture. I love that.
I mean, ivory gulls are well cool anyway. So
yeah, right. Okay. Onwards. So Graham Mee sent in a picture of a rather sneaky-looking Egyptian goose at Aberton. And he also said that even a mallard can look good in the right light. Well, I would actually disagree. I think mallards look good in any light, but so I kind of agree with you, really, actually, Graham. So we've got a mallard picture there, having a flap.
Colours and that.
And then he said, but either way, it's all water off a duck's back. There you go. Very good, like that. Thanks.
Well done, Graham.
Thank you.
It was nice to catch up with Graham down at Gunners Park last week, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, Graham and Chris said hi, and yeah, that was really good to see them. Yeah, fantastic. And we've been sent in some pictures from Mike Warden from Strumpshaw Fen. So I'm not sure if I've met Mike, but if he's watching, hi, thanks very much. And if I have met you, apologies. But these are some really nice pictures. A couple of bearded tits. Oh,
nice.
A couple of lovely males there. Really nice. What else we've got? Oh, 2 otters.
Double otter.
Lovely. Otter.
And do you know what that reminds me, Matt? I really fancy a chicken tarka.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Seriously?
Yeah. It's like a chicken tikka, but little otter.
That's absolutely terrible.
I'll get me coat.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Okay, I'm so glad there's only 5 minutes left. Right, let's carry on. There's a lovely bittern at Strumpshaw Fen. Great shot, Mike. Thank you. We've got a great white egret coming into land. I do hope I know what all these birds are because I've not looked at these pictures yet. Nice. Oh, and we've got a marsh harrier. That's very nice. Lovely.
Lovely light on that.
And a bittern in flight, which isn't always always an easy picture to get. So well done. And another bittern shot as well. These are all from Mike from Strumpshaw. Oh, kingfisher with a fish. We're not going to go there. Lovely female kingfisher, that one. Got a bit of a red lippy going on. Lovely, lovely.
Nice, beautiful shot.
Oh, and the fish is gone. There you go. That's a better shot because we don't have to worry about what the fish is now. Lovely shot like that. And then what have we got? Oh, this is from Pete, right? So Pete Dwyer, the membership secretary, or our membership secretary, in fact. He said he returned home from Norfolk last night, picked up this little stint at Strumpshaw Fen on Thursday morning, and he was amazed at the similarity of the coloration between it and the snipe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with those little mantle stripes and stuff. Yeah.
Like a mini-me, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, very
Nice.
cool. Thanks, Pete. And then we've got some pictures from Richard Chu. So Richard came to the ringing demo at Gunners Park. That's a lovely shot of that sparrowhawk. Look at the eye.
You
Absolutely
can see
stunning.
the reflection of us watching
I know.
it in his eye.
I know. Amazing. Thank you. Really, really good. Love that. Then we got a similar picture with the chiffy and the willow warbler. I think his is slightly better than mine. So that's a nice picture. Thank you. Oh, and this was at Langdon. Looks like a wool brown butterfly.
Yeah, nice wool brown. Yeah, lovely.
Very, very nice. Thank you. And then we've got some berries with a long-tailed tit in the middle. That's nice.
Nice, actually. That's a really crack. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's really
Richard's Christmas card picture, I suspect.
Yeah, Merry Christmas from Richard.
Not that we get one from him anyway, but
you know we're going to get one of these now each. You know that, don't you? And then we got what we got here? Old sparrowhawks.
Yeah, pair of sparrowhawks.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Very nice.
I like that.
Yeah, very good. One on the right looks a bit longer winged, or maybe it's just the angle. I don't know.
Yeah, I suspect it's sort of turning away. Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, and a fox.
Oh, that's nice.
Bit of a foxy theme going on this show. Lovely. Good lighting on that one as well. Really nice. Then we've got a slightly sort of pale morphy buzzard. Excellent. Thank you. These are all from Langdon. And then finally he went to Two Tree Island and got a lovely wait. Look at that, Two Tree. That's a typical Two Tree scene at the lagoon, isn't it?
It's nice.
Really nice. All the different waders. A slightly closer view of blackwits and
godwits, yeah.
in there as well, red shanks and stuff, I expect. Yeah, red shanks in there. Very nice.
I like that. It's beautiful.
Oh, some common ring plovers and a grey plover at the background there.
Yeah, red shank. Yeah.
Yeah, red shank and black-tailed godwits. Gorgeous.
Hugh Dunlin, yeah.
Another black-tailed godwit. Common plover and grey plover. And
yeah, it's nice.
Is that a duck?
No, it's black-tailed godwit feeding, I suspect. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a little egret in flight. These are all at Two Tree from Richard. Thank you. And then finally, to finish with, this is from Roy Hodgkinson. He down at Portland Bill. So they've obviously trapped and ringed a wryneck. Very, very smart. And he sent in a little video as well. So hopefully this will play on here properly. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Lovely. Was that playing smooth? Was that okay?
It was a little bit jerky, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, okay, cool. It plays smooth in the other player, sorry.
Do you know what, though? And also with this bird, it's got pale eye. All the wrynecks I normally see are quite dark-eyed.
Right. Okay.
It's interesting.
I don't know if that means, could it be a young bird maybe with a pale eye?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. If anyone knows, let us know in the chat. Right, good. That's that. So, sightings very quickly. Do you want to do south and I'll do north?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to whip through this very quickly because
yes, very quickly. Got about 3 minutes left.
East Tilbury, as Nick was mentioning earlier, has had spotted flies. It's very good for curlew sandpiper little stints earlier in the month. Few black terns passing through, and then on the 7th they had 3 glossy ibis, which was the sort of the start of the bit of a movement in the south of Essex. Two Tree Island, which we've just seen, had spoonbill earlier in the month. Wallasey Island's been pretty good, again with up to 6 curlew sandpipers. They've had a glossy ibis from the 7th, which is still there today. 5 little stints earlier in the month. They had a wryneck briefly on the 8th, which was really good, and up to 3 ospreys. So
okay, cool.
Which is really cool. Bowers Marsh had again spoonbill on 18 spoonbills on early in the month, plus on the 7th, another glossy ibis. So it seems the 7th was a bit of an influx day.
Okay.
Up to Hanningfield, had up to 4 black terns. Osprey a couple of days ago, and Little Stint, probably the best of the bunch from there. Rochford, glossy ibis on the 6th, and then Gunners Park, pied flycatcher early in the month, and then on the 21st, so only not so long ago, Sabine Skull and Longtail Skewer.
Wow.
Down at Vange, they've had 6 curlew sandpipers, and then most of the action in the last week or so has been from Canvey. We've had some nice northeasterly winds, so lots of seabirds. But on the 7th, they had 10 glossy ibis. And then recently they've had longtail skewer. In fact, all the skewers, pom skewer, arctics and great, Manx shearwaters, black terns, kittiwakes, little terns. Just a really nice selection of birds down at Canvey. And that's it for me.
Superb. Right, so
very quickly.
Yeah, going to go through the north very quickly. So, beginning of the month, Holland Haven had 6 curlew sands, wood sandpiper, and Temmink stint. The curlew sandpipers went up to 8 on the 6th. On the 2nd, there were 4 black terns at Abberton, as we saw earlier on. That rose to 13 on the 10th, were reported, which is a good number. A wood warbler at the Naze on the 3rd, and another on the 9th. Arctic skewer flew over Wivenhoe on the 4th. Good bird to have flying over the town. Grey phalarope on the 4th, along with curlew, sandpiper, and little stint, all from the Naze. Also on the 4th, little stint at Ravness. Then we've got a couple of pied flycatchers on the Naze, with 5 on the 6th, and odds and evens throughout the month. So pied flies quite consistent throughout the month at the Naze. Arctic warbler, as we know, grey wibra, and 2 pied flycatchers were there as well on the 5th. Ruddy shelduck on the 6th at Coggeshall. I think Zane found that, so that's a good bird. Black-necked grebe at Abberton on the 6th as well. Long-tailed skewer past Holland Haven on the 7th. A couple of curlew sands at Kirby Lesoken on the 7th. That's a good record for there. And then 2 glossy ibis at the Naze on the 8th, with 24 curlew sandpipers at Abberton, and on the 10th, rising to 37 curlew sandpipers at Abberton on the 15th. That's a really big number for Essex. That's good. 10 glossy ibis at Fingering-Hoe as well. I wonder if they're the same birds that maybe made their way down to Canvey. That was on the 10th. And then on the 11th, 7 little stint at Abberton, rising to 8 on the 14th. Sooty shearwater, Holland Haven on the 11th. Grey phalarope at Abberton, found by Darrell Rhymes on the 15th of September. Also 50 spoonbill at Abberton on that day. 50 spoonbill at Abberton Reservoir. It's amazing. 16th, 5 curlew sandpipers at the Naze. Sooty shearwater at Frinton on the 17th. Glossy ibis in Colchester on the 18th. A shag at Abberton on the 18th as well. Red rumped swallow reported at the Naze on the 20th. Glossy ibis turned up at Abberton finally on the 22nd. And there were also 7 spotted red shank on the 22nd, rising to 13 in the afternoon when the sun went down. And very finally, glossy ibis at Fingering-Hoe on the 22nd. And today, showing that we're right up to date, yellow-browed warbler at Holland-on-Sea. So the first yellow-browed warbler of the autumn is here. Fab. Right, very quick. Here we go. So how can people follow us on social media, Steve, if they want to? They can.
So we have various ways. We're on Facebook.
Hang on a minute. Let me put them up. There we go. That's the first one. So that's Blue Sky.
Oh, it's okay. We're on Blue Sky, which is Essex Bird News. So Blue Sky is a really nice sort of newish platform, but really great for following Essex Birdwatching Society. So basically, yeah, we're at essexbirdnews.bsky.social. So
and if you do post on Blue Sky, if you hashtag Essex Birding as it's done down there, then it will automatically appear in the Essex Birding feed. So it makes it very easy to find stuff and see what's going on if you subscribe to that feed.
Basically, you can pin, as Matt said, you can pin feeds to your page. So whatever you're interested in. So as Matt's got here, he's got Essex Birding. There's one called Birds. There's one called Rare Birds. So basically, you can pin. So everything with the hashtag Essex Birding is in one place.
Yeah, really good.
Which means for us who are maintaining it, we don't have to retweet stuff. It's all in one shot. So you can find everything at Essex on Blue Sky. Yep. We're also on Facebook, which we're at EBWS Info, I think it is.
Yep, correct. Up the top there, EBWS Info.
EBWS Info, yeah. And also we're still on X as well for the time being. Still quite a good platform. So we're at Essex Bird News.
Yep.
And also we've got another page which is at EBWS Tweets, which tends to be a bit less of the birdie information, but more events and other things that we're up to. So please follow us on there. Matt and I are on social media as well, Matt, aren't they? People can follow you and I.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Eat, Sleep, Bird, Repeat, Essex. I think it's at ESBR_Essex. And you are?
At Swallow Birding. So if you put Swallow Birding into Facebook, Blue Sky, Twitter, or X, sorry, we're there. So give us
and very fine. You're not going to show the pages, but don't forget to post your sightings. You can post them on the EBWS website. You don't have to be a member to do that. Just go to our site, top right. You can create an account. You can post your sightings. You can upload your pictures. Alternatively, you can post your sightings elsewhere on platforms such as eBird and BirdTrack. And we get those sightings as well. So all of those things go towards the reports that we showed you earlier on. So if you do, please put your sightings on one of those platforms. We will get them. They will go into the report, and it gives us a really good idea of what's going on in Essex. Thank you. That's good. Right. Anything left?
I'm just going to check the chat, but I think we... so, yeah, Nick's quickly asked about wind directions for Canvey, which Richard's answered for him. Oh. And then he just quickly said, why such an influx of glossy? Well, Nick, I think basically it's incredibly hot and dry in Spain and France. There's very little water. And glossy ibis have had an incredibly good breeding season. And I think they're just wandering around looking for suitable habitat now. Fingers crossed, a few might, well, if half of those 600 stayed, then we might be on for some more breeding records. I mean, they've bred in Britain this year, so yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Watch out, Everton. Here come glossy ibis, I reckon.
Absolutely. Yeah, who knows? So yeah, I think that's it, Matt, for the chat.
Fantastic. So finally, to wrap up, thanks so very much for everyone for watching again. Don't forget, we've got the autumn birding day at Fingering Hoe on Sunday. Turn up, please, anytime from 10 o'clock onwards. First walk is at 10:30. There's the indoor talk in Chelmsford next Friday. So look out for that on our website. We've got the under-25s event at Two Tree Island on the 4th. And we've got the Bradwell field trip on the 12th. And I think that's everything over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Will we be back next month? Are you around? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I might be. But we'll watch this space. Follow our MailChimp. Find out when we're on next. Definitely. And also, thanks to Katrina for being an amazing special guest tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Was, brilliant.
Top dodge.
Thanks, thanks to John for the video. Thanks to everyone for everything. Thanks to my mum. Thanks to my teachers at school. Thanks to you, Steve, for a brilliant sea watch this morning, and the guys that turned up as well. Yeah.
Big shout to Steve Entwistle, who's been like sea watching every day this week for hours and hours and hours.
My goodness, I reckon if he hasn't got a scope eye, we were talking about scope eye, weren't we? Where you look through your scope for ages, and then everything goes a bit weird for a few minutes. So I reckon Steve must have permanent scope eye. The amount of sea watching he's been doing.
Fair, Matt. This morning, I thought he fell asleep against his scope. But no, no, and well done for all your prep and stuff, Matt. Much appreciated.
All good, all good. Right, yeah, excellent. Thanks very much, everyone. Good night, and we hopefully will see you next month. Fingers crossed.
Excellent.
Bye,
everybody. Good night. Bye.